Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Marc Destiny, and this is the Wrestling with Destiny WWE SmackDown review show. Friday's SmackDown was a special throwback episode featuring some classic elements from the Blue Brand's past, but management still made sure to focus on setting up the WrestleMania Backlash pay-per-view on May 16th. The retro show featured an appearance by Teddy Long, a CGI fist over the stage, and Michael Cole in an all-denim outfit to be period appropriate alongside Pat McAfee in his powder blue suit. Jimmy Uso made his long-awaited SmackDown return. His reunion with his brother Jay and Roman Reigns did not exactly go as planned. Cesaro faced Seth Rollins in a WrestleMania rematch with the added stipulation that if he, the Swiss Superman, won the match, he would earn a Universal title shot at WrestleMania Backlash. Dominik Mysterio picked up an upset victory over Dolph Ziggler, and 4 feuds were featured during the chaotic 10-man tag team match. Let's take a look at what happened on Friday's show and how storylines will be affected moving forward. I am Marc Destiny. I'll be right back with you after a word from Darby Allin and an intro.
Hey yo, what up? It's Darby Allin, and you need to subscribe and tune into Wrestling with Destiny podcast on YouTube at Marc Destiny for wrestling content and review shows. Tap in or tap out.
Looking for the news, I'm the one you need to see. AEW, NXT, and WWE. In and out the rope so we can keep it in the ring. For the business, I'm like gravy because it turned me to a fiend. I super kicks it to your HBK 9-7. From the same city as Moxley, Cincinnati, where I'm rapping. 1, 2, 3, ding, ding, you won't last. You are tuned into the Wrestling with Destiny podcast. Welcome.
Alright guys, Universal Champion Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, and Jey Uso made their way to the ring to kick off the show. Heyman, the advocate for the tribal chief, eulogized the career of Daniel Bryan, which he did a verbal 10-bell salute, which was hilarious. Roman Reigns was trying not to crack up the whole time, trying to hold back the laughter. You can see when they kept panning into his face. But Reigns said he is a man of his word, having sent Bryan packing. Reigns said he got rid of Bryan, and to take his place, they got someone who certainly will acknowledge the champion. Out comes the returning Jimmy Uso. The returning twin brother of Jay embraced the man in the ring, and to Cesaro interrupted the proceedings. The Swiss Superman took exception to the idea of anyone replacing Bryan, drawing laughs from Reigns and a sneak attack from Seth Rollins. Next, Teddy Long appeared on this special throwback episode of SmackDown and revealed that if Cesaro beats Rollins, he will challenge Reigns at WrestleMania Backlash. Now, this is the most intriguing part of this when he announced this match. Seth Rollins kept saying, "What about me?" Well, what about me? Which I understand. Like, if I'm in a match and if this guy beats me, he gets a Universal Championship match. Well, why don't I get a Universal Championship match? What's up with that? And I would feel the same way, man. I would feel the same way. So I think they're doing this. Roman Reigns is probably going to beat Cesaro, I'm pretty sure. But his next opponent, no doubt in my mind, will be Seth Rollins. It will be. They're going to turn Seth to a babyface, which will be great. The heel thing is not going well with him right now, so back to a babyface he will go, and it's going to be one hell of a match between those two in the future. Paul Heyman doing a 10-bell salute himself cracked Reigns in a pretty funny moment. Beyond that, this was a solid opening segment that reintroduced Jimmy Uso to the fray, played on a throwback gimmick with Long's appearance, and heightened the stakes for Cesaro and Rollins' WrestleMania rematch. Not too shabby, especially if WWE decides it has to kick things off with the promo segment. Now, what do you guys think about this? Did you see the storyline progressing that will progress between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins? There will be more of that later in the show. I will discuss about what's going to happen and what I think is going to happen between these two. But right now, it's just Cesaro and Reigns for WrestleMania, with this WrestleMania Backlash thing that's going to happen in this match to see if he'll win. Now, if I was Rollins, I would be pissed off that I didn't get the opportunity that if I beat Cesaro, that I would also get a Universal Championship title match. He's not getting that. I would be furious. Understandable. Tell me what you think, though. Do you think that Seth Rollins should have got an opportunity, or maybe if even got put in the match somehow to make it a three-way? I'm not real too big on three-way matches, but this would have been okay. I think Rollins will eventually get the turnaround, turn babyface, and go against Roman. I'm really excited that Jimmy Uso is back, though. He's going to make this faction even bigger than it already was, especially now because they can win the tag team championships. But tell me what you think. Are you happy to see Jimmy back? Or are you happy that Cesaro will be facing Rollins? If he wins, he'll get a Universal Championship match. Tell me what you think. All right. After a sneak attack prior to the match saw Rollins send Cesaro's shoulder first into the steel steps, the Swiss Superman found himself on a defense early. He overcame the shoulder pain and repeated attempt to take his knee out from under him to level the architect with uppercuts and a clothesline that turned his opponent inside out. Rollins halted Cesaro's momentum, delivering a superplex and floating over into a Falcon Arrow for a near fall. Pat McAfee yells out, "Vintage Seth Rollins," making fun of Michael Cole. Back from a timeout, Cesaro rocked Rollins with the double stomp and scored a 2 count. Rollins earned one of his own, and then he tried to go for the stomp, but Cesaro caught him and tossed him on the top rope. Rollins looked for the sunset flip buckle bomb, but Cesaro rebounded with the devastating clothesline. Rollins sent Cesaro to the floor and refused any assistance from the Usos. Think about that. Claiming he didn't need their help, unlike Reigns. Jimmy Uso rocked Rollins with a super kick, only for Cesaro to wipe him out at ringside with the plancha. Back inside, the Swiss Cyborg delivered the neutralizer and pinned Rollins for the win. After the match, cameras caught a displeased Reigns watching from the locker room. He looked very upset. Wasn't feeling that. And it's his fault, though. Cesaro and Reigns just are not going to have a bad match together. This was an ultra-competitive match that saw Rollins do everything he could to defeat Cesaro before his own messed up ways got to the best of him and allowed him to become distracted by the Usos. Cesaro neutralized them and put the former WWE champion away. It will be interesting to see if Rollins finds himself in the crosshairs of the Usos and Reigns after the events that unfolded in this match. Given the lack of genuine main event talent on the babyface side, perhaps this is the gateway to a Rollins babyface turn and a showdown between the former Shield teammates. What do you guys think about that? I know you guys are happy that Cesaro won. I am too. I know Cesaro needs to be in the main event. He needs to be a main event guy. I think when Daniel Bryan left, I think Daniel Bryan personally told Vince McMahon he would like to see Cesaro take his main event spot since he was leaving. It makes sense to me. He's an underdog. He's too good. He's just not great at promos, but he's great in the ring. Since he's great in the ring and he can make good matches between damn near anybody he faces, there's no reason not to have him in the main event scene. The guy's been a mid-carder, a jobber, a tag team champion. So come on, man. Let's get this guy up there. Y'all need more superstars. Let's make it happen with Cesaro. You're doing a great job so far. Keep the momentum going. Even when he loses the match against Roman Reigns, keep it going. Maybe even have him defeat my guy Apollo Crews for the Intercontinental Championship. Something like that. Who knows? But do not have this guy go from being up to main event to all the way back down, just floating around. Don't do that to Cesaro. He's been working hard for a very, 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 very long time. He's too good. If anybody else has Cesaro in their company, that guy will be a world champion. Everybody knows it, except for Vince McMahon. So let's figure this out. Keep the ball rolling. Do not stop. Now, Seth Rollins, like I said earlier, man, they're teasing this Rollins and Reigns match. Now, that would be great for SummerSlam. Don't go too fast. Don't go too fast. I will hold this back. I will have this keep boiling and boiling until it overflows into SummerSlam. I don't know who they can put Reigns and matches up against until then, since they haven't booked anyone good enough to deserve a heavyweight championship match. Maybe they should do something with King of the Ring, do another King of the Ring, and have someone win King of the Ring. Who that is, I don't know. And then they can have a championship match and have a feud. But you should hold this off because this is a big money match. Hold this off until SummerSlam. Come up with something very creative so you can get this going. But tell me what you guys think. Leave a comment in the comment section. Remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Now, backstage, Seth Rollins confronted Reigns about the Usos costing him the win. He threatened Reigns, telling him to take care of his family before he does. Now, that's what I was just talking about. They're building this, and they're going to build it. But just keep this off until SummerSlam, please. You have other things to do. You need to keep this off into SummerSlam. I don't quite want to see this happen so quick and so fast and so easily. So just keep this off. Just keep this off and hold this back. Just hold it back. Elsewhere, Sami Zayn joined Teddy Long and Sonya Deville. Long teased him with the match against The Undertaker or King Booker before announcing a big 10-man tag team match later in the night. Now, I really didn't care about this 10-man tag team match being announced at all, quite frankly. But I was happy to see Teddy Long back, even though I knew he was going to bring up The Undertaker in a tag match and King Booker. It's just good to see Teddy Long. I got respect for Teddy Long as an African-American man coming to WWE, being a manager, being a referee, being a general manager of a show. He's just come a long way, man, and I respect that a lot. So I'm always happy to see Teddy Long, because it's motivation for me. One day, hopefully, I can do business with WWE or AEW or any wrestling promotion that's on the rise and the up and coming. But this was great to me, just to see him. So I hope that you can have him back more. I would love to see Teddy Long just on SmackDown, period, rather than see Sonya Deville or Adam Pearce. They're getting stale. I'm tired of seeing Adam Pearce now. So who knows, man? But shout out to Teddy Long, man. Shout out to Teddy Long. Respect. I really like the dynamic between Jimmy Uso and Roman Reigns, and that how Jimmy Uso told Roman Reigns straight up, I would not be talked to like my brother is, and I would not be talked to like I'm a bitch. And I feel him. Like, that was great. That was 100 when he said that. And thank you, Jimmy Uso, for stepping up to what you know is right. Thank you. Rollins and Reigns have history. A storied, complicated history. Rollins will absolutely stump backstage and have the conversation with Reigns, unfazed by his idea of a tribal chief or head of a table. His words, as well as the actions that led to them, set up a potential showdown between former Shield mates. Furthermore, Jimmy standing up for himself in the face of Reigns provides the Universal Champion further opposition. 1 week after he sent Daniel Bryan packing, he now faces threats from Cesaro, Jimmy Uso, and Seth Rollins, ensuring that his kingdom is anything but secure. It's great storytelling and that sort of engaging program that will keep fans tuning in. If only the rest of the WWE product could be this good. If only. But I'm going to take that and say it's probably because of Paul Heyman. It's probably because of Paul Heyman, man. I know he's doing a lot of writing over there to protect Roman Reigns and keep this going the way it's supposed to be. Now, if it was anybody else, like how they booked Bobby Lashley, he had the Hurt Business tag team. They broke them up. If only Paul Heyman was writing all of this for Bobby Lashley like Paul Heyman is doing for Roman Reigns. I guarantee you they not going to break up. They ain't going to move the Usos away. They going to bring the Usos in, and they going to fight with Roman. If only they could have did that with the Hurt Business. If only, man. But maybe that's just wishful thinking. Who knows? But tell me what you think about this. I know it's like beating a dead horse, because it was great, man. I just liked the dynamic of Jimmy Uso standing up for himself. And I also like the dynamic of Seth Rollins keeping it real with Roman Reigns. He don't care about none of that tribal chief shit at all. So that's what I like that a lot. Let him know that you ain't afraid, you ain't scared of him, man. Let him know. Everybody else, and Cesaro too, man. Cesaro was great with this. This storylines around Roman Reigns are great. And that's how it's supposed to be. You got a lot of different competitors in this storyline with Roman Reigns. This is whoever writing this, which I think is Paul Heyman. They doing a damn good job. Keep up the good work. Let me know what you think, though. Ruby Riott versus Carmella. No one cares about this. You want to know why? Because these two women haven't done anything, especially Ruby Riott. I said I wanted to see Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan in tag team competition because the women tag teams division sucks. But this does nothing. Neither one of these women are doing anything for them to even be having a match. So I don't get it. Now, Ruby Riott dominated in action, sending Carmella face first into a turnbuckle before utilizing a modified arrange. Carmella answered with the big boot and rolled up while she propped up on the ropes. Morgan alerted the referee, but she could not save the match, and her tag team partner, who succumbed to the code of silence submission as Carmella earned the win. Who cares? Carmella beats Ruby Riott. Who cares? Ruby Riott isn't doing anything. Liv Morgan isn't doing anything. Carmella isn't doing anything. This is not building a storyline. This is not building a feud. This is not for whoever wins is going to go against someone else to be a number one contender for a championship match. This Ruby Riott is in a tag team with Liv Morgan. She's having a singles match for no reason. She should be fighting in a tag team match so they can eventually get a tag team championship shot. This is pointless. Why is this on TV? There's better things you could have done than have this match. I get it, you want some fluff, but you shouldn't have fluff on a TV show at all. In wrestling, there shouldn't be any fluff. This sucked, and I don't care who don't like it. What I said. This is horrible. If you're not going to do nothing with these women, then why the fuck are you having them wrestle for? Why? This is stupid. And Mick Foley talking about he want a tag team, a whole women division TV show. Why in the hell would they do that if they're not even doing what they need to do with them right now on TV? It's just pointless. This was stupid. That's all I got to say. Tell me what you think about this non-existent thing that happened with them. Nothing happened. Tell me what you think. Leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think the WWE can do to make their women's division better besides crap like this. I'm all ears. Now, speaking of the women's division, SmackDown is doing something right this time with Bayley and Bianca Belair. Bayley made her way to the ring for a celebration of women's champions, running down the likes of Alundra Blaze and Jacqueline. The role model could not help herself, backhandedly complimenting them while propping herself up. This brought out Bianca Belair, who said she would be winning at WrestleMania Backlash en route to establishing herself as the new longest women's champion in SmackDown history. Bayley laughed at that idea and tried to take Belair down. Bianca blocked, but could not stop Bayley from using her earrings and her hair to down her and leave her lying in a heap to close the segment. Been here, seen this. Bayley underestimates Belair as an opponent, openly disrespecting her by laughing in her face. That will come back to bite her come WrestleMania Backlash, but it was nice to see her get some offense and put Belair on the defense. The match will be really good, especially if Belair can summon the excellence that led to one of WrestleMania's best matches. But the story certainly leaves a lot to be determined. Now, I think this will be a good match. I think Bianca Belair is going to win this match. But Bayley needs to do something because she's just floating around. So, yeah, I don't know what she's going to do after this match per se. But, yeah, I really like the dynamic of this. I like Bianca Belair. She's one of my favorite women's wrestlers right now. Besides Bayley. Like, I only got those two. So, who knows? They need to have Becky Lynch come back. Becky needs to come back. Big time. But who knows, man? What do you think of Bianca Belair and Bayley? I like this asshole persona that Bayley has, thinking she's better than everybody, laughing everyone off and stuff like that. But it was good to see Bianca Belair whoop on Bayley and then Bayley return in heel fashion and rip her earring and pull her hair and all of that. That was great. That's great work. I feel like Bayley and Bianca, another thing, I like how real Bianca Belair sounds on the microphone. It doesn't sound like anyone's writing for her. It does sound like her. Maybe someone's writing it, but she's adding in her own words and verbiage to make it more realistic and how she would actually say it, not like how they wrote it. Because I'm pretty sure no one is writing that shit. I'm sure. But I think it was great. Tell me what you think about Bianca Belair versus Bayley at WrestleMania Backlash. Are you ready for it? Say yeah. If not, say no. But you know what it is. Let me know in the comments section. Earlier in the afternoon, Dominik Mysterio versus Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode for the SmackDown Tag Team Champions was added to WrestleMania Backlash. I think they're going to win this match. Much like Bayley did with Bianca Belair moments earlier, Ziggler entered the Thunderdome accompanied by Tag Team Championship partner Robert Roode, and poked fun at the idea of Dominik Mysterio being a wrestler on the level of his father. Dominik laid down a gauntlet for a match, and the performers wasted little time getting things underway. After a minute or two in the ring, Mysterio caught Ziggler with an inside cradle for the win. Not much to discuss in this match. I do like the way Dolph Ziggler was talking to Dominik, because he got just thrown in the sharks of the water. But he only got put in this position because Rey Mysterio was his father. We all know that. He should have went down to NXT first and cut his teeth, but he didn't. So, I mean, I'm not going to lie. If I was in NXT, I probably would be upset with this. Like, this guy came in. He's had matches with Seth Rollins and all kind of stuff. So, I mean, how would you feel if somebody just came in out of nowhere, like your boss kid came in and ASAP got a job and got in a higher position than you got, and you've been working there for 3-4 years? I would be pissed. This might have landed better had we not just seen the exact same storyline play out in the segment before. The overconfident Ziggler took his focus off of Dominik and paid for it with the humiliating loss. It is a story we have seen many times, and one that did nothing to help drum the excitement for WrestleMania's Backlash Tag Team title match. I don't know, man. I assume that Rey Mysterio and Dominik Mysterio are going to win this match. I don't see why they wouldn't. Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode have had the titles for quite a while. I don't want to see them anymore with the tag team championships, but I don't know, man. They just ruined it, man. They just ruined them. They ruined Robert Roode. They ruined Dolph Ziggler. They're supposed to be main event guys in singles action. Now they tag team partners. They're both real good, but it's just exhausting seeing the same thing over and over. I really don't even care about them being tag team champions. They just got them. They just got the championships just to have them is what I feel like. I don't really care about this, man. I just don't. If you guys care about it, that's cool with you, but I just don't, man. It would be the first time if Rey Mysterio and Dominik Mysterio win. It'd be the first time that a father and son have won and been tag team champions. So I guess that's cool, but that's the only exciting thing about it is that. Like, I still believe that Rey Mysterio and Dominik Mysterio should have won in NXT first. The tag team division also just sucks. No one cares about the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. No one cares about the Raw Tag Team Championships. That's exactly why they should just merge the division. There's not enough teams. And the people, and Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, they're just not making it exciting for themselves being tag team champions. You know what I mean? Like, they're not like, I'm not like excited to see them. I'm not excited to see a lot of people, but they're champions. You should be excited to see champions. But I'm just not. Tell me what you think about this. Are you excited to see Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler defend their tag team championships against the Mysterios? Hopefully they win the match. But it is what it is, I guess. Tell me what you think. So, guys, I know last week I was talking about I don't want to see Tamina, whatever. And a lot of people might not like this match between Tamina and Reginald. But I'm not going to lie, man. I like seeing Tamina like this. Like, talk, be aggressive. I don't know why they haven't been doing this with her. But I kind of liked it, man. The rivalry between women's tag team champions Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler and Natalya and Tamina continued this week as Tamina battled WWE's resident somnular Reginald in an intergender singles bout. Reginald evaded his opponent, showing ability and athleticism, before Tamina dropped him with the super kick. She scaled the top ropes for the superfly splash, but Baszler and Jax interfered, drawing the disqualification. Baszler stumped on an exposed elbow of Tamina before Jax delivered a Samoan drop into the guardrail. The heels stood tall as Michael Cole hyped the title match on next week's show. This was not particularly good, if only because the presence of Reginald and his eventual accomplice or whatever, I don't know. Fuck it out, scratch all that. I think that the Samoan drop that Nia Jax did to Tamina on the guardrail was great. I like the dynamic of Tamina talking in her matches like Reigns does. That's great. I feel like Tamina should break up with what's her name, man? You know, the Heart Girl, man. I don't know how the hell I forgot her name. That's crazy. I need to get my wrestling card took for that. But you know, I think they need to break them up. Tamina needs to be with Roman and the Usos. This would be great for her. That Natalya. Yeah, I'm done with Natalya. I don't care, man. I don't care. I'm done with Natalya. But I think they should put Tamina with Roman Reigns and the Usos. I think that would be great for her. I don't think they should. People were saying they want to see Nia Jax with that too, but I don't know. I don't think so. But I think Tamina will be great with them. She was already with the Usos. It was just them three back in the day. So I think that would be awesome. I don't think they would do it, but Reigns do got some pulls, so you never know. But I don't think they'll do it. But I think they should, man. I think it would be great for Tamina. I like seeing Tamina talk shit while she fight. It's great. Her facial expressions. I did not see her on Talking Smack last week, but I saw clips of it. I was like, that's Tamina. That's the Tamina we need to see right there. Aggressive Tamina. Not this with Natalya, the Tamina stuff. Like, I'm cool on that. But I guess since she is with Natalya, is putting her in some kind of spotlight. I see, but I like to see. I want to see Tamina be aggressive. Samoan Tamina, crazy, talk shit to your ass, Tamina. That's the Tamina I want to see. That's the only reason why I enjoyed this. Other than that, I wouldn't have cared. But tell me what you think. Do you like seeing Tamina be a badass or not? It is what it is. Next, a big 10-man tag match. Not really big because I don't care about it. Made by Teddy Long. Intercontinental Champion Apollo Crews, King Corbin, Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, and Otis battle Big E, Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura, and the Street Profits. The Heels worked over Montez Ford of the Street Profits before a hot tag sparked a huge brawl between the teams, leading to a chaotic battle entering the commercial break. So many commercial breaks. After the timeout, Owens found himself on the defense at the mercy of the opposition. Crews teed off on the prize fighter before KO delivered an inverted atomic drop and followed with the super kick. Owens added a heel kick to create separation and make the tag to Nakamura. The artist reignited his feud with Zayn, rocking him with the big kick. The action broke down again, with each competitor hitting their signature move, just after Ford wiped out the opponents at ringside with one of his trademark dives. Corbin flattened Nakamura with the end of days to pick up the win. I really love that end of days move, man. It's one of my favorite finishers in WWE. Too bad Baron Corbin sucks other than that. This was all action. A dynamic tag team match that highlighted some of the ongoing mid-card feuds without reverting to yet another Big E Crews showdown. Gable continues to look like the most underrated star in WWE. A guy just as likely to wrestle the mat game with any other superstar as he is to throw a suplex or six and establish dominance. His performance here was strong, even in short doses. The Heels going over was probably the right call. Why the decision wasn't made to put Corbin over is the question, especially when he has nothing of any real note going on right now. I wanted the same thing. Why is this guy winning the match and he ain't been doing nothing? Maybe that's why. They want to just give him a win. Maybe. Who knows? But it just didn't make sense to me. I wasn't feeling that. But Chad Gable is a beast. He's a beast. He will never get utilized because of his height. He won't. He could be like the new Kurt Angle or anything like that. He has those type of moves as a Kurt Angle or a Chris Benoit or a Dean Malenko. But he's short. And since he's short, they're not going to do nothing with him, man. You know how this goes. If you're a short guy in WWE, it's a wrap for you, my friend. You have to be tall, and you got to be like 260. So, we'll see, man. Hopefully, they will do something with him. There was a lot of guys in this match. I don't want to see no more of Big E and Apollo Crews fighting for the Intercontinental Championship. That ship has sailed, but you know, they're going to keep doing it anyway. I feel like they should put Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens back together. I want to see a heel Kevin Owens. I'm tired of seeing babyface Kevin Owens. He's great as both, but they need to switch it up. Even though there's not a lot of baby faces, they have all that stuff switched around. They need to make Sami Zayn a babyface again, even though he's great as a heel. So I don't know. Man. I don't know. All I do know is they're booking this shit stupid wrong. The way that you see Chad Gable wrestling these matches is crazy. And I read something Daniel Bryan said, if Otis was in New Japan or anything like that, they would book him like he was like the new Vader. And I never saw that until he said that. And I was like, damn, that does make sense. And that would actually be a good thing. You don't have a wrestler of that size. But I think they ruined him too. So they're trying to make him serious now. But all I see is goofiness. I still don't see the seriousness because they spent so much time, too many years making him goofy. Doing the worm, acting stupid. So now him supposedly being serious to me is like, I don't know about this, man. It just doesn't seem legitimate. But who knows? What am I to say? Tell me what you think in the comments. Do you like this 10-man tag match? Who is your favorite out of these 10 men in this match? Who did the best to you? Who do you want to see out overcome this and gradually move up in the rankings? Let me know in the comments. After the events from earlier tonight, Roman Reigns was given, or made, I should say, an ultimatum to Jimmy Uso after he made his way to the ring. Jimmy Uso rolled to the floor, torn by the decision in front of him. Would he join Brother Jay in aligning with Reigns and strengthening the family, or would he stand in his own lane? Before he could make a decision, Cesaro came out from out of nowhere, attacking Reigns and Jay. Jimmy hit the ring in defense of his family, but in the end, it was the Swiss Superman who stood tall, hitting every member with a neutralizer. Except for Paul Heyman. But I didn't expect this to happen. I didn't think they was going to make Cesaro look that strong. I'm like, damn, he just had every member with a neutralizer. Man, the Uso story is one that will have long-reaching effects on the SmackDown product. While Cesaro has the next shot at the Universal Championship, it will be Jimmy and his ability to influence Jay that will be one of the more intriguing storylines on the Blue brand. The moment the twins band together to finally extinguish whatever the pull the Tribal Chief has on them, the Usos will be the biggest babyfaces in WWE. Until then, the family drama will be a great side story to whatever feud Reigns is in, the latest being Cesaro. Now, they made Cesaro look real strong at the end of this show, saying that WrestleMania Backlash is next Sunday. So, I just want to see the match. I know Cesaro isn't going to win. If Cesaro won this match, everyone will freak the fuck out because no one's expecting him to win. Some people are, but I guess they just don't get it. He ain't going to win the match. Plus, after we saw tonight with Seth Rollins, he ain't going to win the match. But it is intriguing to see Jimmy Uso and Jay Uso and what happened between the two. Because earlier Roman Reigns did tell Jay to go talk to his brother, try to get him to come around, but I don't think so. Jay told him, like, no, man. Will Roman do the same for you? You've been helping him all this long. Would he do the same for you? Jimmy told him, you remember when you had the match against Roman and he put me in a submission and you submitted in an I Quit match, said I quit because you wanted to save me? That's love. That's real love. Do you think Roman would do that for you? Roman said, well, that was in the past. Me and your brother have moved on from that. If you don't want to be with us, then leave. Get out. Like he was saying, he don't even want them in the WWE kind of thing or SmackDown. And Jimmy was like, all right, bet. And then Cesaro came out and started whooping their ass. And then, family is family. He went back in the ring trying to help. But he got his ass whooped too, along with them. So, I don't know, man. This dynamic is something else. But you guys can tell me what you think. What you think of this week's episode of SmackDown? It was okay for me. I really only like the dynamic between Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and the Usos. Most of the other stuff was fluff. There was some good stuff happening inside of matches. They showed a lot of vignettes of old throwback SmackDown episodes, which was pretty cool. I love when they do that. We were all hyped and excited, thinking they were going to have a different set other than the one they have, which they pretty much just showed old WWF symbols and stuff like that, and had the fist 3D animation. That was pretty cool. But other than that, man, it was just a decent show. It was damn sure better than any episode of Raw. But it is what it is, man. And if you enjoyed this show, let me know. If you want to hear more from me, hit the notification bell. Remember, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I need all the subscribers. I need y'all to help me so we can make this a family. Big family. The Wrestling with Destiny family. You know what it is. It's a WWE SmackDown review with Marc Destiny. This is the Wrestling with Destiny podcast. Tap in or tap out.
Hey, the original gangster. And I'm stopping by to tell everybody to check out Wrestling with Destiny podcast on YouTube with Marc Destiny. The original gangster is coming by to tell you, tap in or tap the fuck out. Peace.
Looking for the news, I'm the one you need to see. AEW AEW, NXT, and WWE. In and out the rope so we can keep it in the ring. For the business, I'm like gravy because it turned me to a fiend. I super kicks it to your HBK 97 from the same city as